All right, episode 3 of the Wasted Games podcast. I'm your host today, joined by
Keith.
Craig.
and special guest Troy Baker. Welcome aboard.
Hey.
No,
Hey.
we're not there yet. We're not
No,
there
we're
yet.
not there yet. This episode is sponsored by nobody.
Nobody.
Hint, hint.
Shout out to Megan though, our one viewer.
Consistent as well.
Consistent
And
too.
Keon,
Tune
my,
into
my
every
friend.
episode.
And
One
Keon.
viewer, Keon. Yeah.
Keon.
Well, hello, you two.
Yes.
Nice to see you again.
To our only audience.
It's been nice having you along for the ride.
We appreciate you, every single one.
So, what have you guys been up to this week?
I haven't played in many games this week.
Mm-hmm.
I've been just watching garbage on Netflix. What about you guys?
Kind of the same actually. I've been playing a bit of Last of Us because been bored. I downloaded Roll of Champions though. I got the beta for that, but I haven't played it yet.
I did
But
play
it does look good.
It's okay.
Oh, have you played it?
Yeah, I played it. It's okay.
No.
What's this? I haven't seen it.
It's this early access, like closed beta roller derby game. Very, very early access. Ubisoft.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, fair enough.
It felt good, but I was playing. I was like, yeah, this is definitely a beta.
Mm.
Very beta.
It says beta.
Yeah, bro, it's very
Should say
beta.
very. Oh, okay.
Very beta. Like I played the match with Cheesh, and there was just like no music. It just felt weird.
Oh.
Seeing as there was music everywhere else except in the actual game. I was like, oh, this is just silent. You just hear grunting and just
Maybe they
weird
did that on
stuff.
purpose.
That's a weird choice,
Uh,
but fair enough. It's Ubisoft though. They make
Sure.
weird choices.
Well, that was your comment. Fair enough. It's Ubisoft. I haven't been playing much either. I've been watching a lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I was just sat there the entire time being
Great
like,
show.
"What a dope game this would be!"
Mm-hmm.
Like, could you imagine? You're walking across this wonderful landscape. You come across a nice little man with some tea along the side. You just interact with Uncle Iroh sat there, and he gives you some nice advice, maybe a quest. Just imagine, not only the gameplay, but just the setting in general.
Closest thing we've got is that game being made by one dude on Dreams for the PS4. He's done quite a bit.
I heard about it. I haven't seen anything though.
It looks a little lumpy, I'm not gonna lie.
Mm.
He's making it with a controller, so
Yeah, it was
makes
in
sense, but
Dreams. I mean,
even
you've got Dreams, right?
I've got it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't made anything.
I bought it immediately, pussied out. I was
Yeah.
like, I can't do this.
I played for like maybe half an hour trying out people's games. A lot of them were memes,
Mm.
understandably, because they just gave creation tools to the public, and that's always can go in many different ways. It can go south very quickly though. But I've seen some crazy stuff on there.
Yeah, to be fair, I was watching a YouTube channel and they were like listing off the top 10 games made in Dreams. Dude, some of the stuff people have made, like there was this one little like samurai one I saw. Dope. Looks so cool. And like there's these people making like ultra realistic like
Yeah,
maps. And there was this like forest one with like a little canyon or whatever. Dude, I did not know that was made in Dreams. I thought it was like Unreal Engine.
exactly. I saw like a first-person shooting game made
Mm.
in Dreams that looked like. I was like, is this Crysis?
I'm not gonna
It
lie.
looked sharp and crispy as I don't know.
I don't know how. I flicked around all those menus and was sat there like, how did they do this? I was like,
know.
that makes no sense.
I was like, if I try this, will take me 6 years to get like one room done or something. There's some stupidly talented people.
yeah, especially that aren't working
Yeah.
in the gaming industry. It's crazy.
It's crazy that those people are just about. They're just around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're the people they have normal jobs and they're just like,
It's
you
a
know what,
hobby.
tonight I'm just gonna make it
I'm gonna make a masterpiece
Yeah.
for no reason at all, just because they
I want
can.
to. Yeah, I have been playing one game though, which is Firewatch, and
Oh,
it was a game that I like. We all know Firewatch, but it wasn't one that I like ever bothered to play because like I hate to admit it, but I'm kind of like a casual gamer in a way. Like I usually just play like AAA stuff, like The Witcher, Skyrim, GTA. I used to play a lot of Call of Duties. Indies were never really my thing. I thought they were dope. They looked dope, but you could rely on AAAs, can you? Well,
for the
maybe-
most part.
for the most part, we'll see.
Yeah.
But they were just
It's been a rough year.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
we already spent enough time on
Yeah.
that, bro. But yeah, it was never really my thing. And then recently, I've been starting to get a little more into it, mainly because of you, because they're your thing. And I was like,
live and breathe indie games.
I was like, screw it. Firewatch seems like a staple, right? Seems like one you should play. So it was on the PlayStation Store. It was cheap, and I was like, screw it, I'll buy it. And man, what a trip! You've played through it, right, Keith?
I think I got like 2 hours in, maybe. It's not even that long.
No, it was a lot shorter than I
Yeah,
thought.
you two you guys were having a go at me for not being able to finish a 4-hour game. I have a very short attention span. I was gonna go back into it eventually because it looked so good and it was a lot of fun to play. But then it got to nighttime and I was like, it's kind of dark. I'm kind of scared.
Playing Little Nightmares at the minute.
That's true. That game is interesting.
True, that was an interesting project. A guy who hates horror to then be like, screw it, Little Nightmares seems a good place to start.
Yeah, but I did that on stream, twitch.tv /Matumba. So I had people with me essentially, like people holding my hand.
True, it was
like
fun.
Craig. You made it easy.
Yeah, I was watching you while I was trying to nap. I was like, oh. But I didn't end up napping because I was interested. It looked fun.
But yeah, I got around to playing it, and man, just the game opens so unconventionally, right? You have that whole like, it lays out a story before you of Henry and how he meets his wife, and you get to choose the path that you take, which I thought was real interesting. You get to make it there and then, and it was a nice start to the game because it set up the whole tone of it. It set up the game so well, and then you get into it and you're like, man, this is beautiful. Like, it was such a good looking game. It just had such a good tone to it. Like, it was almost like, you watch Taika Waititi's films, right? Have you ever seen Hunt for the Wilder People?
No. It's been on
Taika
my list for
Waititi
years.
nails this like happy, sad cinema kind of thing, like real melancholic vibes, but like it'll like watching the film, same as playing the game, has like almost like a feel good factor. But then it also throws you for a loop. Like there's some scary stuff in there. Like there's this one bit with a cave, and you finally unlock this door, and just as you go through, you start to go through, and then boom, it slams behind you. I dropped my controller. I freaked out so bad. Because it hit all the points it wanted to hit. And I was like, this is why people are so into indies. It's because, like, little games like that just kill it. Because they just do what they're supposed to do. Like, they're usually, like, quite short, quite simple, but they just do their job. And, like, yeah, like, I saw on PlayStation Now, because we were talking about PlayStation Now the other day, right?
Yeah.
And how I personally had PlayStation Now for a little bit. Because I wanted to play the first Red Dead. Literally, it was like a few weeks before Red Dead 2 came out. I started to replay the first one. But like, in all honesty, there wasn't much on there. Apart from that, there was like Fallout 3,
Yeah.
New Vegas. Dope games, but I just don't want to replay them right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it hurt as well because back then you couldn't download stuff. You'd have to stream it.
Even now, though, like, my internet and my parents, like, it was okay. But like, playing Red Dead killed it. Completely killed it. And like you still can't download Red Dead, but I was checking after I played Firewatch, and they have a lot of good indies on there, like Abzu, which I've been wanting to play for a while.
Very good game.
Journey's on there as well.
Also very good.
The Disappearance of Ethan Carter, that looks cool. There's a bunch of stuff on there that like, man, looks like I was thinking about getting it again. I was like, oh, I might actually get PlayStation Now for these indies. It's like a recent fixation I've got. Like, dude, the Game Awards season.
Oh,
I know you're a big fan of Studio Ghibli. Do you watch many Studio Ghibli films?
I don't think I know who they are.
Spirited Away?
Spirited Away. They've done like.
You haven't watched Spirited
No
Away?
idea. No.
My Neighbor Totoro.
Oh.
Now I'm starting to draw a blank.
Get out of my house.
No, sorry. No, but then, like I said, listen, I think seal of approval. I'll definitely check it out. Yeah, I will. But no, I've never.
But just the art style is like, it's like Miyazaki, isn't it? It's just so.
It's very clearly heavily inspired.
Yeah.
By all of them.
And like, first of all, that was an art style in the game that I've been wanting to see for a long while. The music, when it first kicks in, you're immediately in. You're like, oh my god, this is amazing. The clouds come in. You immediately see those clouds. I was sucked in immediately. And then you hit with the character design, which is, I mean, the main character looks dope, right?
Yeah.
Immediately from the off. Like, she's so well done.
She, they, him, we don't know. They think it's a girl. I don't know.
You don't know. Everyone else
stay away
is
from
clear.
that character. I think it's a dude. I don't know.
Why is it sending you through a loop, bro?
I don't know. Listen. I just know not to put genders on people. Like
That's fair.
them.
Fair
Them's the
enough.
cow. We don't know. Did you see others? I didn't.
Anyway, aside from
Whatever
that,
this man's spin
whatever you're gibbering over there, right? You have completely made me lose. That was it. The game season. See, look, now you made me start.
It
you
does
took
look
it to
no. It does look
another
really
place,
good though.
bro.
Yeah, you.
Everything about that game, like, first of all, I'm into like the virtual photography stuff anyway. Like, if a game's got photo mode, I'm in. I see a game where the character's got a camera, I'm in. I'm like, oh, this looks dope. Just the description of how they've set up the game in their blog. But yeah, just the way they've set up the game, like their blog, they have like little bits of art on there. The way they describe it still hasn't got a release date yet,
No.
which we've learned to not look out for release dates, right?
Yeah.
When the game comes, the game comes.
I just tend to keep them in the back of my mind now.
But
It
yeah,
could be like 6 years, who knows?
2025.
2025.
also surprisingly, the way they've spoke about it, it seems to be open world, which I did not expect.
Mm.
I expected it to be linear, but the way they've talking about it, it seems to be open world.
I don't believe the open world. I don't know. Like, I think it's going to be in a way that seems open world. Like, there's a lot to do,
Like
but I think
partial,
there's going to be like little,
sections.
yeah, that are big open world place. Yeah, but I think that's going to suit it great.
Like
Is
The
it just
Last
m-
of Us, you said.
Yeah, like in Seattle. Yeah, and the last was like that
Mm.
Seattle mission. That's open world, but there's
Mm.
places you can't go. But that bit there, so I think it's going to suit it well.
I like that style, to be honest, the way Last of Us did it.
Mm.
Because
Mm.
then, while it still feels open world, they're a lot more condensed
Mm-hmm.
and a lot more detail just shoved in there.
Mm.
That was it. You can really concentrate on an area and really build it up.
Mm.
But yeah, Seasons looks very good, and I'm very excited for that. Stray is also a game that I'm incredibly excited for.
Hmm One of the many little indie games shown at the PS5 reveal, which is a cat simulator. it's pretty much what you
Looks
can
a lot
see,
more
isn't
fun
it?
than that.
Yeah.
I like it. It looks mysterious because you don't see any people. See a lot of robots.
There's robots
can't-
and cats.
Big
Yeah, I
old
kinda wanna
graffiti
know what's
saying,
going on.
Rip humans.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
In a little cyberpunk world, so they
Mm.
got me immediately. I saw neon lights and I was like, yep,
Oh, neon.
fuck's sakes. Got me again.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I think mysterious. I think just curiosity of
Mm.
a lot of indie games. They all look very good. Like we've seen a lot. So yeah, I think it's going to be great. And playing as a cat seems fun. I
Exactly.
don't know.
I'd love to play as a cat. I never knew how much I wanted to play as a cat until I saw that trailer. I was like, huh. Can't think of a game where I play as a cat before.
It was two of your favorite things, bro. First you have a cat, then you have cyberpunk.
Exactly, bro.
Cyber cat.
This might very well be a new genre.
This
The cyber cat genre.
Yeah, you've got dreams. Make a game. Cyber cat.
But yeah, seems to be a lot of good indies coming out recently. But they're more like PlayStation exclusive. Like Seasons, definitely PlayStation exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Stray definitely is.
Mm-hmm. There was one I've been looking forward to for the past like nearly 6 years now. Little Devil Inside, which is by like this little Korean team, Neostream,
Mm-hmm.
and it just kind of it was a Kickstarter game, and it looked real cool, but then they just vanished off the face of the earth for like, I say vanished. They disappeared, came back like 6 months later, and they were like, here's some updates, and then disappeared again for like a year. And they did that up until that Sony conference, and they just popped back up. And it looks amazing. It looks better than it did before. And as a PlayStation fanboy, I'm happy that it's coming. But like when you step back, it's a bit of a scummy move what's going on there. Because initially, as a Kickstarter game, they promised it for Xbox, Nintendo consoles, PlayStation as well. But then Sony came through and just slid them a couple racks. And now it's a console exclusive first. It's coming to the other ones. but not immediately.
Oh, so
which
it's
is
like a
kinda
limited
scummy.
time.
Yeah, which sucks because majority of the people who got on Kickstarter were on PC.
That sucks.
They were rightfully quite pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Xbox has some pretty banging indies right now.
Ugh, yeah, I
It
know.
seems to be they're hitting another levels, which give me. I've never really been had that console envy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never really had it.
Not for a long time, no, because Xbox not really got much other than Forza. But like other than that, I weren't really. And then I watched these trailers.
They got a couple little under the radar potential hits.
Yes.
Most of them are not, to be fair. But
I mean, I feel like first off, we've got to talk about that 12 minutes.
Yeah, that was I think that was that of all of them. Yeah, I saw the cast first. Like, show me the cast. Oh wow.
Willem Dafoe. Who else? James McAvoy.
Yeah.
Daisy Ridley's in
Daisy
it.
Ridley. Interesting.
Fuck you, Phil Spencer.
But not only that, just the way it's set up. Like, we've seen that kind of story before, the loops and stuff, but like that top-down view.
Yeah, in one room, well, one house.
It looks good anyway.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm probably getting Xbox for it. A lot of the, to be fair, the indie games look worth it. I think we'll, maybe get it an Xbox just for the indie games itself.
That's pretty much the only reason I've considered getting an Xbox in recent years, because they are. The only problem is there's not many of them.
No.
I can think of like 5, maybe 6, and I don't know if that's like worth the investment, but I really want them.
But then there might be more. That's just the thing, isn't it? Like,
true.
AAA games, they've not really, not yet anyway. But at the minute, a lot of the indie games look so good. Like,
yeah, there's a lot more room for experimentation.
Yeah,
I find with devs, and I love that because to an extent, AAA games they're quite formulaic at this point.
Yeah.
Whereas indie games, since they're not tied down by expectations of like a big company like Sony or a big publisher, they can just do whatever they want. That's how you end up with stuff like this game, the Artful Escape. That's the shortened name, is the Artful Escape of Francis Vendette. Another one that's from like 5-6 years ago, and it just looks like an acid trip.
Yeah,
it's a side-scrolling guy with a guitar playing freaking all kinds of nonsense, and there's like big aliens and lasers and rock shows and rock music. I was like, this looks ridiculous.
Yeah, literally all the comments are like, I can't wait to play this high.
Yeah,
like, wow, I'm like, fair enough. I agree. This looks very fun. One of them games.
You just don't get these kind of games from even the art. Like, look at that.
Yeah,
you just don't get that kind of. I don't want to say creativity, but that kind of like freedom.
Yeah, I think it's more the creative freedom, isn't it? Especially in the art styles.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the stories, they can stick to... I mean, I almost said they could stick to very basic stories and then, progress on that through mechanics and whatever. But I actually kind of feel like maybe it's actually the opposite. It's the mechanics usually more simple, but they just go all out on the art style, and stories are usually crazy. Yeah. Stuff I've started to play has just been like, it's a completely different experience that's been fun.
There's a lot of games I want to slide over to you guys just so you can have that first play through experience.
True, because we're very new to indie games, aren't we? Well, I know I am, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about that, but I've not played many. A few. I think I've played Limbo a little bit.
Limbo is good. Limbo and Inside.
I've not played that. Not played Inside, not played Little Nightmares. There's Azu, Journey. Need to play all of them.
Journey is something else.
Yeah.
That's a game that just hits so different.
Is that what I know? I've seen it a lot. It's just something I haven't heard much about it. I just see it all the time on the PlayStation Store, and it catches my eye, but I've just never bought it yet.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
We'll get you guys playing them.
What's the one you showed me? The one on Xbox, like the Blade Runner kind of game, the pixelated one.
The Last Night.
That's it.
Yeah.
That looks
we don't really know too much about it. Another one that just appeared like 3-4 years ago and then just vanished, but it looks
great.
So good.
Yeah. I think maybe we'll get something soon, hopefully. It's 2021.
Yeah, hopefully it's like Little Devil Inside, it just pops back up again.
Yeah.
And not all these other games that just seem to get cancelled on the side.
Yeah. I mean, that's the freedom indie games have as well, just like disappearing and working on the games, because we know obviously the studio doesn't have as much money and as much work.
Also, it doesn't have that like fan expectation, I guess. Like people, there aren't mass crowds chanting for the game to be out.
Yeah.
And most people that play indies a lot are either, the thing I find fun about indies is they're usually short.
Yeah.
Like the short experience means it's easy for casual gamers to play and enjoy, but also means that like when you're busy, you can literally go through and play this experience without having to play like I love Red Dead Redemption 2, one of my favorite games. But man, just the thought of replaying their 60-hour story again just is daunting. You know what I mean? Whereas if someone said, "Oh, if I had the feeling to replay Firewatch," it's a 4-hour thing, you know.
Yeah, you do it in one sitting,
evening.
can't you?
Yeah, literally. Yeah, it seems to me like they're getting a little more of a spotlight among like consoles. Because I feel like back when like we were kids growing up, like indies, I'd never really heard of much. It was always the same thing, you know what I mean? The same people pushing out the games. Like, you know, you'd always play the Rockstar games,
Yeah.
Call of Duty, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It seems to me now that we're getting older, now the games industry is developing a lot more, these indies are just getting pushed to the forefront, and it allows you to have these bigger indies that have this like mass following. Like Firewatch got popular, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like crazy popular.
It's been like over the past couple years, like there's been like some real successful ones, like Stardew Valley, Celeste, which like
that's great.
it won a lot of awards.
Celeste is great. The story.
Never played that. I played Stardew Valley. That was fun.
That's my favorite ever game.
Undertale,
Yeah.
Cuphead, games like that recently, which is like Hades as well, which I've been meaning to play.
Game of the Year nominee, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so like we've seen Sony like start pushing them a lot more recently. The last showcase was a obvious example. I love it. I'm here for it.
Got a few hours to kill, play them.
That's the thing, especially if you're like someone who works a lot. Like I know being an adult, like a lot of people say, especially if they've got kids and stuff, they say, I was speaking to James from work and he was saying, I kept asking him, have you played Red Dead? Have you played Red Dead? He's like, I just ain't got time. I've got kids, I've got a job, like there's no way I've got time. And my dad's the same. I speak to him about it. It's like, I just ain't got time. These indies are literally just one sitting.
Mm-hmm.
And they're such a good experience. Like, I came out of playing Firewatch just, I don't know. I was just over the moon about it. And like, they have little features too that were getting me like so excited. Like, if you go into the special features of Firewatch, they do like audio commentary. So you know how like actors would with like TV shows and stuff and directors, they'll go through and watch an episode or watch their film and they'll commentate over it, talk about a lot of stuff. They did that with the game. The people who made it did that for the game, which is dope as it is.
That's cool as well.
And then they also have a free roam thing where you can just explore that map whenever you want, and it has its like own set of progress or whatever. Like so many games will just say, "Nah, that's the experience. We can't be bothered to do an open world. We can't bother to do this." But they were just like, "Nah, we'll do it."
I love that. I'm probably gonna go back and stream it. Some of the dialogue was hilarious. And I remember what's her name on the
Delilah
on the radio. She tells like a really bad joke at one point, and your options to reply to her just ugh, and she just keeps going, and she can just keep going the longer, more disgusted each time. I was like, this is great. I'm probably gonna go back and play that again.
That's another thing about these indies is like, man, sometimes like the acting in there is just on another level. That just doesn't get the credit it deserves, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was playing through that, like, man, this guy is good. Like, Henry and Delilah, the actors who play them, unfortunately, I don't know their names right now, but off the top of my head. But man, they killed it. Had me the whole way. And, like, it could be like a radio play. You know what I mean? Like, you could just listen to it. You might not even have to play it. But you could just listen to it, and I feel like it'd have the same effect. It's made me look into these indies a lot more. I played Inside. I played it on the Switch. Because you mentioned you're a big fan of Inside.
Top 5.
Me and Annabelle played Limbo first. Had a lot of fun playing Limbo. I thought it was a real good game. I was like, oh, that was fun. That was nice. I was going to say nice, cute game, but it seems a bit depressing actually, so never mind. But it was a cool game. Then I played Inside. Inside's real good, Craig. I think you like that. It's actually free on iOS. Because I was checking. You can actually get it on like your iPad or something for free.
Yeah.
It's just there.
Real good.
Which is dope. Like, Inside for free. Like, what a dope game.
I think everyone needs to play it.
100%.
It's just so, it's so good. There are a couple games that I think like everyone should play. Inside, of course. stories, Path of Destiny, just games that I think deserve more love. Little indie games, Rhyme and Fez. I don't know if you've ever played Fez.
No.
It's like this little. I don't even know what he is. He's like a little white block, tofu-looking block, and he gets like a magic hat, and he can like change like the freaking dimensions of the world. So you can go like, it's a lot of fun. It's like a puzzle game.
Yeah.
And it's real.
Oh, yeah, I do know what you're talking about. I think you showed me something. Yeah, and you can move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
And Night in the Woods. Those are just a couple games I think deserve a lot of love because they're just amazing. You guys are.
I know. I'm literally. Is it that thing where like just at the cusp of something here, I can feel it, like a new obsession,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a problem because I wanted to stop gaming for a bit, which is weird. Like when you start a gaming podcast and you're like, I should probably stop gaming.
Stop playing games.
It's kind of a bad choice, but I was playing it a lot. I was playing on my PlayStation literally all the time, and I was like, I should probably stop.
Not much else to do, though, is there?
Well, there
Like-
isn't. Not during lockdown. Like, we're not at work. Me and Keith are not at work. I mean, you still are Craig, right? You're still working.
I am working. I have 2 jobs.
Can't relate.
I mean, I'm an actor, so I don't have 2 jobs. There's not much acting.
On furlough, there's not much else to do other than like game and watch movies and stuff. But like, man, there becomes a point where you get bored of playing these games. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm just kind of sick of playing it. I'm just playing it to like pass time. And then I play Firewatch, and man,
Yeah. There's sometimes you get games like that just kind of rekindle that love.
Yeah.
To keep it as cheesy as possible. But like you get burned after a while.
Yeah.
Like you said, Red Dead being like 50, 60 hours. AAA games are just kind of massive now.
Yeah, like you said, the formulaic. They're all kind of the same, so you
There's a
get burnt out fast.
Yeah. There's a lot of money that goes into them, so people paying for them expect a lot of return. So
Yeah.
they need a lot of stuff to do that kind of garbage. But it gets exhausting after a while, bouncing from one to another, and then once you play like these little indie games, it can be like a breath of fresh air at times.
yeah.
At least for me, anyway.
I think you made a good point about like video game burnout.
Mm.
Like I just come off of playing Death Stranding, and I just couldn't finish it, man. Like I had such a great time playing it. I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like the cinematography, the story, the acting. I was like, I'm so in. Just the gameplay burnt me out. Like I just wasn't really having fun. And like I thought the idea was dope. I thought, the graphics are amazing, the setting. I just didn't want to play it though. I was just kind of like, I'm over this. And it kind of just made me go, I can't be bothered to play any games. I just can't. And like I said, I saw there was a sale on. I bought Firewatch. Everybody's gone to the Rapture. I still haven't played that.
You bought that? That was free a
Was it
while
free?
ago.
Was
Yeah,
it?
I've got it. I have it. It's free. I have it.
Here's the thing. For some reason, I just miss a bunch of those. Like I just forget to download the games. I'm just stupid like that. That's just not me. But it was like £2 anyway. It wasn't really. It didn't stress me out. But yeah, there's just little games like that like you've heard about over the years. You just never played.
There's another one I can think of. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, the Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knights.
Yes.
Hollow Knights. That's it.
I've played that.
That's another one that
We have that. That's awesome.
is a great game.
It is good.
It's got a massive fan base as well. A lot of fun. You're just like this little. I don't know what he is. I haven't played enough, but it's great. He's like a little insect or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a beetle. And he's got like a sword made out of some shit. Pointy white like lance sword thing, and you can just.
See, this is what I mean, man. Just what? But this is what indie
Exactly.
games bring. I love
Yeah.
it because they're so great.
Mm-hmm. Some of them are real weird as well,
Mm.
but they're also some of the best ones.
This
I
is
don't know if you ever played Hotline Miami. Sorry, that game is interesting.
No, I haven't, but I did see it was on sale the other day. Both 1 and 2 on sale. And I was like,
A lot of fun.
Yeah, because the whole Last of Us reference had me like, what is this game? I was going to play it, but I've never really been into like those like top-down sort of things. Feel like I should give it a try.
Yeah.
It might be something I enjoy.
That's the thing. A lot of indie games are just usually games that aren't everyone's cup of tea. So like top-down shooters, side scrollers. You get the occasional like third person, the regular kind of like AAA type of games, at least the look and feel. But yeah, usually they're kind of weird looking. Like there's the there's a game called Curse of the Obra Dinn or something like that. I think that's what it's called. I haven't played it myself, but you look at it and it's like you're looking at the old computers that had no color back when they were like green and black and shit. But it's like a 3D world made out of that. And I looked at it, I was like, this looks disgusting. I'd never play that ever.
The creators sat there listening to the podcast.
And then I looked at it again, I was like, I watched the trailer for it, as opposed to just looking at the picture and spitting on it. I watched the trailer, I was like, this actually looks pretty fun. And I'd never know that. Like, if I hadn't come back and looked at that trailer, I haven't played it yet. I do plan to, but I'm broke. Twitch.tv/Matombo. If I do come back to it one day, like, which I want to, it might be the best thing I've ever played, or it might be as bad as it looks. So who knows?
True, that's the thing. Like, I feel like with indies, sometimes like there's a little bit of a toss of the dice. Like you're going in, no, full well that like in 20 minutes it could just get deleted immediately.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
that's why it's fun as well. It's like a gamble. You can get something great, or you just wasted like £2. It's like, oh, fair enough. I'm encouraging you to just, next chance you get, go into the PlayStation store and just click the indie section and just pick the weirdest looking thing you can see.
That's what I wanted to do. I went on PlayStation Indies the other day, but it's all like their collection is like just the popular ones. So if you want to find the other ones, you just have to go into like, what I do is just go on the deal section and go cheapest and see what they got. That's how I find the indie games on there.
Oh, one real side note: Mortal Kombat, the film.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of the game, it's great, but the film looks kind of fucking cool.
Yeah.
Some of the fatalities, brutalities. Story looks like B-movie-ish, but all the games kind of the same.
I'm always wary of movie renditions of games.
Oh, they've always been bad.
They've always been ass.
But this one, the cast looks great, and looks kind of cool.
It does look cool.
I'm ready for it.
That's the thing. It might just be like a Godzilla film, you know, where like most people are like, this is ass, but the people who love Godzilla just love it.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I know it's kind of ass, but I love it. It might just be one of those things, or it could just be like the newest Power Rangers and completely flop.
Oh, God, I hope not. I even watched the newest Power Rangers as well.
Oh, bro,
it was awful.
So
what a
bad.
waste of my time.
It seems like fun for fans of the game. Like I've never played any of the games, which I know, big travesty, whatever.
Wow.
But like,
that is mad. Never. Oh.
You know what? Don't make me bring up the thing you said earlier. Innit?
Wait, what did I say?
Right. First episode, you moaned about Star Wars. So that was terrible. Second episode, you talked about Spider-Man 2 on the PS2 being trash.
Yeah, I just said meh, innit? Meh.
It says the worst game ever made.
No, I didn't. Go back and listen to the podcast. I say meh.
So I edited it. My own voice over yours.
What did you say earlier? You said something earlier. What did you say?
What did you say earlier?
Oh, you're on about Avatar?
Yeah.
I just said I've never seen. No, I've said I've watched like a few episodes. But like
You said Avatar: The Last Airbender is the most heinous crime
didn't.
to
I'm being.
animation.
This is slander.
Nah,
I never said that.
Fair, he didn't. But when I mentioned Avatar: The Last Airbender, he went, "No, you're not watching that kiddie show."
No,
and spat on me. He
literally
spat.
spat. I saw
This
it.
is lies. This is all slander. Listen, watch whatever you want to watch. I don't judge you. I've never seen it, so I was just like, okay. I thought they were on about the James Cameron Avatar.
Which, listen, I know I hate to throw this in just out of the blue, but did you guys play the James Cameron Avatar video game that
On the
came out
Xbox?
with the movie?
I didn't play it, but I remember seeing like a couple YouTube videos. I was like, why does this look so good?
Dude, my granddad got me for one Christmas, right, on the PS3.
Yeah.
I opened it up, ripped off the wrapping paper, so excited because I knew it was a video game. I felt it. When I came face to face with James Cameron the Avatar, I was like, thankful. I was like, oh, thank you very much for the game. But I was like, really? Avatar? I was like, this is gonna be ass. And I think one day, it was like maybe like a month or two later, I was like, screw it, I'll play it. I'll play it. What an experience! God damn! Like, I remember there's a bit where like you can literally choose whether to be on the human side or the Avatar side when you get like halfway through the game or something. I mean, I think it was halfway through the game. I was like 10. I was like, I don't remember. But man, it was like just such a crazy. It was a good game. Like I feel like it's one of those games that like the people who played it know what's up in it. You know what I mean?
It might be one of those for the YouTube channel.
Hey, bro, maybe, but it could also be one of those ones that you replay and you're like, yeah, this was 2010 only. But it was amazing when I played it. I loved that game. You won an Xbox Series S for the Game Pass and the Indies, right?
Absolutely.
But like, that's pretty much it. Like, in terms of
yeah.
exclusives, they have Halo and Forza, like we mentioned earlier,
And Gears.
and Gears. I mean,
I don't wanna
Has
talk-
Gears been good
did
though?
Gears
That's-
finish in like 2012? I didn't even realize they
Yeah,
were
it's
still
not
doing
been good since Gears 3, has it? And Halo, same thing. It's not been good for a while. Listen, I'm not a big fan of Xbox. Forza's great. That is all I think of when I think of Xbox Forza.
I was literally about to say I don't want to talk bad about about Gears. But go on, never
But it's not been good since Gears 3, has it? Like same Halo. What was the last Halo I played? ODST, and that was kind of. So Halo's not been good for a while, has it? It's not beat around the bush, but Xbox got a lot of upcoming indie games.
Those indie games are great. Like
yeah, and if they are great, then maybe Xbox will be back in contention to actually being a competitor.
Also, they bought Bethesda, which means that there's a possibility
yeah.
that not only Starfield, but Elder Scrolls 6 could be exclusive.
Yeah,
It seems like a pretty ballsy decision to do that.
yeah. He said he. I remember reading a quote like he said he wouldn't, but he can.
He can. If he
He
wants
can.
to.
He'd get
But
a
I
lot
don't.
of hate.
Big
Yeah.
Daddy Phil
Oh, he
Spencer
would.
just splashing his money around. They've. I don't think they even stopped at Bethesda. I'm pretty sure they're still like trying to acquire other little studios here and there.
No,
But
way,
Sony
really.
are as well, aren't they? They're both going at it,
Yeah.
acquiring a lot of studios.
Mhm.
Sony saw Microsoft splashing the big bucks and was like, "Oh damn, we gotta step it up."
I'm gonna open the wallet
Yeah.
real quick.
I mean, but I ain't worried. Sony have a lot of AAA games.
I like the competition. A lot of people are against the console wars in general. I think it makes
Makes
good.
money.
Yeah, it makes
It
money.
makes
but it's
money.
good to have like competition.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
It just
Yeah, you
pushes
make
everyone
better
forward.
stuff when
Yeah.
you compete in. But then I think if they could share more, I'd like that. But I'm a realist.
I think the competition is like why the Sony exclusives are just so much better than
Oh yeah.
other consoles and other platforms.
Mm.
Because when you have Naughty Dog competing with Sucker Punch, competing with Insomniac, they're all just competing with each other.
Wanna be
But in a
Sony's
loving
favourite.
kind of way.
Yeah,
But in a loving kind of way, because I always see them tweeting at each other like, "Great
Exactly.
job!" I'm like,
That's
"Yes."
some esteemed company to keep. Like
Mm.
you almost don't have a choice. You're like,
Yeah.
damn. You look over at your other
Colleagues.
your other teams.
Yeah.
They're just blowing it out of the
Yeah,
way.
man,
Like,
you're
gotta step
fighting.
up.
Yeah.
Especially when you got heavy hitters like
And Santa Monica. I didn't even mention
Last of
God.
Yes.
Us. Yeah,
Yeah.
You got Last of Us coming out, Uncharted with Naughty Dog, and then like God of War comes out,
Exactly.
and you got Ghost of Tsushima
Bang.
coming out, and you got
Yeah.
Spider-Man, come on out.
yeah. I didn't even mention Spider-Man. That game hit different. Well, I kind of want to talk about that next episode
Mm.
because I want to talk about specifically PS4.
Oh, we ain't spoke about that, have we,
PlayStation
actually?
Exclusives.
Nah.
No, we haven't.
Crazy. We all love it, and we ain't spoke about it. Mad.
No.
Mad.
Yeah, considering how obsessed we are with the game, it's strange, but that'll be a good one for next episode.
Yeah.
That being said, I still haven't played Miles Morales. I haven't got my
Ugh.
hands on a PS5, and I need to play it on
Gross.
a PS5. I just
Get
know
your
I
money
need.
up.
You really do, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm holding out. I haven't got any spoilers though. I don't know anything.
Mad. Well, we
Literally
can change
nothing.
that. No, I'm kidding. So,
I've nearly spoiled it for you a couple of times, and I've been like,
Yeah, I know. I
you
see.
just forget that you ain't played it. I'm like, oh. But yeah.
you're in for a treat though.
Oh, definitely. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Mm.
Ah,
Yeah. I'm still sad that it's only like
12?
10, 12?
10? Like 12 with everything, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not that long,
hmm.
but what they gave you,
It's great.
yeah, fantastic. Plus Spider-Man Remastered thrown in there as well. Oh. Mm.
Mm.
Mm-mm-mm.
That being said, the new face is interesting.
It is very interesting.
Yeah. Eh.
I don't dislike him. I just think he's just
It's
the
different,
other guy
isn't it?
was the other
Because
guy
we
was
enjoyed
bad.
the other guy, but I think he looks around the same age as the other actors now, the cast.
The only thing I don't like about it, it's not even like the age stuff. It's just he just seems so perfect in comparison,
Hmm.
which is weird to say. But like the previous Peter Parker that they had, the model Bubniak, he had like his hair was scruffy. He
Mm.
had bags under his eyes. He looked tired.
Yeah.
Like he looked like he'd been doing it for 8 years, like they said. And this new guy just has a perfect haircut all the
Yeah.
time. When You in fucking Miles Morales. I don't want to. What I've already said to you, but like right at the start, after he's had his freaking face mushed in by Rhino, and then they're sitting on the roof, and his face just still looks
Gorgeous.
kind of flawless. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is weird. Like he sticks out.
Yeah, I
He
get it.
sticks
And that's either going to work well. Hopefully they fix it.
Yeah.
I think, because obviously they read comments, and obviously, hopefully they fix it.
Yeah, that's the only issue I had with him. Like, I got used to him once I replayed, remastered. and that
Yeah, because I
end scene
realised
hit,
it's still the same person.
that end
Got a
scene
different
hit,
face.
and I was like, ooh, it still works. It still works.
I think that's just the weird thing, though, isn't it? Is like just changing a main character's face line is just weird. The
Mhm.
weird decision. Like even
Yeah.
if you think the facial animations be better, I feel like I'd just like take the L and be like, all right,
Yeah.
we'll do better next time. It just seemed like
Literally.
a weird decision.
Yeah.
It would depend. Like Back to the Future, Michael J. Fox, he was cast. They were like 3 weeks in filming. Aaron Stoltz, it was before.
It's
Oh,
always weird. It's still weird.
It depends. It is weird, but it either works or it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's a big risk,
Like-
you know.
you know what I mean? When you've got it's like midway through Harry Potter, just getting rid of Daniel Radcliffe and putting someone else in, it'd just be weird. You know what I mean?
It's a bit weird when it's the main character.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it just felt so jarring to me.
But they did that. If you ever seen Spartacus,
Nah,
no
Sorry.
TV show, it's really good. Like the first season, they had, I don't know if it's Andy King, but he passed away. Like he got cancer and he was going to pass away, but they recast him anyway. And the new actor was great. Like the second season kind of went back, but then after that, they carried on with Spike. He's just a different actor, and it was really good.
Anyway, I think we should save the rest of Spider-Man talk for next week, along with all the rest of the Sony exclusives.
So many.
So
Ratchet
many
and
to talk
Clank,
about.
baby.
Dude, the upcoming ones, we got some heavy hitters coming up. Not only Horizon Zero Dawn, number 2.
Mm-hmm.
What's
I
it got?
played the first one.
God of War 2.
Oof.
Like,
20, okay.
the amount of
Never
God of
heavy
War's
hitters
getting
we got
delayed.
coming
Eh?
up.
That's not.
Oh,
We'll save it for
absolutely.
next weekend, but let's not. Let's not pretend.
Listen, you guys are going to get a real ear bashing, right? Next week about the first God of War, because we're all obsessed.
Oh yeah.
I went through when I first played it. I played it with the first lockdown. Didn't play it when it first came out. I wanted to. I don't know. I'm weird with games. Sometimes I'll just wait. And I waited for this one. Played it during the first lockdown. Immediately got obsessed. Platinumed it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm going to talk a lot about that
Yeah.
game next week. I'm going to talk a lot about that game next week. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I've been your host, Declan, joined by...
Keith Matomba, twitch.tv/Matomba.
Plug. And I've been Craig. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We'll see
Thank
you
you
guys
very
next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.